Welcome, everybody, to the Tea with Ms McGill Show, presented by Fortune Bay Resort and Casino. It is Puka speaking. It is the star of the show, Reed Larson, to my left, your right. Please subscribe. Subscribing is free. It will always be free, and it really helps the show. So we'd appreciate if you do that. We are getting close to 600-ish subscribers between all the different platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, podcasting, Spotify, Apple, etc. So we appreciate all your support, and we've got a very special guest we're going to get to here in just a second. But how's things?
Things are good, man. We're we're getting to the end of the fall. We're getting to thinking about, well, I don't know. The weather's been so nice here the last couple of weeks, right. And the ridiculous amount of ladybugs is driving me crazy. So you know
what's the deal with that?
The weather can change any moment. I'm okay with the idea that snow is right around the corner and we're just about ready for hockey season. So yeah, we're ramping it up.
But not so much snow or the Thunderhawks can't make it to the Edina Classic. We don't need that kind of snow.
No, we don't. But we still have to think right now. In my mind, I'm excited about hockey, but in the back of my mind, we still got fall football going on right now too. So keep that right here.
That's right. Exactly. All right. Before we get going on our guest, we wanted to put a word in to Evelyn's own Ring Sports Bar and Grill. So if you're in the Quad Cities in that area, you need breakfast, lunch, dinner, the Ring Sports Bar and Grill is the place you go. Hockey themed atmosphere, breakfast, lunch, dinner. They have a daily special. They have my favorite, which is a Friday fish fry. Our guest, you know, when he's home in the area, where do you think he goes for a cocktail? He goes to the Ring Sports Bar and Grill. So get a hold of Michelle, 248-8582. Or you can go to the ringsportsbarandgrill.com. You can place their order there, check out their menu, etc. And they also have the breakout rooms if you're planning that special occasion, banquet, etc. Get a hold of the Ring Sports Bar and Grill over in Evelyn, just down from the Hockey Hall of Fame.
They might need to see if they can get a jersey from our special guest.
That's what I'm saying. The legend himself is here, ladies and gentlemen, from Evelyn, Minnesota, a future Hockey Hall of Famer, the TJ Thomas. Look at him. Look at him. He's decked out in the gear. He's looking good. What's up, brother?
Not much, man. I appreciate having me on. And talking about ladybugs, I can tell a story about with Bobby Ryan, who plays in the NHL. He's not playing anymore, but I went to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho to go camping. I was going to hook up with Bobby Ryan, and he asked me if I was calling him to be like, hey, Bobby, do you want to come on the boat with us? We're going on the boat on Tuesday. And he's like, texted me back, and he's like, hey, how about, do you know anything about Malibu boats? And I'm like, of course I do. He let me take his boat on Coeur d'Alene Lake in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, with just me and my family, because yes, it was the COVID year. But when we were camping, Reed, there was a ladybug hatch going on.
Oh my God.
It was raining ladybugs.
Oh, it's
they're everywhere.
Unbelievable.
Right? I don't know.
I'm still picking out ladybugs from my truck.
I'll tell you what, man, they find their way in. I don't know how they do, but it's like, I thought the windows were airtight. I thought the doors were shut until they're weaseling their way into my house. I think I caught 200 of them today and got them out of the house. It's unbelievable.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's like a story about ladybugs, but they are amazing bugs and they are lucky bugs. We love them.
There you go. We'll say that. We'll say that.
Yes.
As much as they're going to annoy me when I go home, I'll probably get another 30 of them. We'll remember that. And
especially when you're riding your Harley.
Yes, you got it. You got it.
Hey, speaking of that pickup truck, do you realize 1 year ago today, my wife and I landed in Jackson Hole and we were in that pickup? 1 year ago today, we were in Jackson Hole with you.
And that's why everything's working out, because the ladybugs were in there.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't look like, when you were there last year, it didn't look like you guys had any fun at all.
It was kind of a lame, low key. I slept most of the time.
You were bored.
Yeah, it's like
guys were bored. TJ was bored. You guys had no fun.
No, I showed Roger the locker room, and like
first place he's
he's like, whatever. This is like a normal locker room, you know. But no fun. No fun had when we were there.
Yeah. First stop, of course, I'm thinking he's bringing me to a fine steakhouse, right to the bar, right to the
Go
$1
to the
million
bar.
cup, right to the bar,
Yeah.
to the
Right to the Blue Lion, right to the Blue Lion.
Go, man. Right on.
Yes, but
All right. So,
awesome.
yeah. So anyway, we'll kind of get started here. So as we always do, we'll start at the beginning, kind of how you got started and who got you started and kind of all that good jazz.
Well, I played hockey in Brunswick, Maine when I was like 4 years old. That's when I got my name TJ. My dad got a jacket at the rink and he hands me this like hockey jacket and it said TJ on it. And I was like, what? I'm like, my name's Tommy. And he's like, nope, we're calling you TJ now. So yes, I was born in Virginia, Minnesota. My dad was in the Navy. My mom was on leave, came back, had me in Virginia, Minnesota. My parents are both Iron Rangers from Evelyn and started hockey in Virginia or in Brunswick, Maine at 4 years old. We moved. A great story was making a travel team when I was there, like Mike's. And I get the phone call and they were like, TJ, you're on like this Mike traveling team. And this is like 1980. Traveling wasn't big or whatnot, but I made the team and my parents weren't home. I got the phone call and I'm like, this is a lie. Like, who is this person talking to me? So it all started in Brunswick, Maine. I moved to Evelyn, Minnesota back when my dad got out of the Navy in, well, I said 80, but now it's 1985 now, I believe, in Evelyn, Minnesota. And not knowing not much, but it was awesome. Evelyn brought me in, took care of me, and I get a knock on my door, and it's like Mark Kukowski, Paul Kukowski, didn't really know. They live 2 houses down. They're like, oh, we heard you play hockey. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, hey, let's go down to the Hippodrome and let's go skating. I'm like, awesome, yes. Best thing, greatest memory in my brain. The rink probably had 3 floods on the ice surface. We were hitting cement, like lights were off. The lights were off even. And hitting cement. And that's where like my Evelyn career started, So, and then, yeah, the Kukowskis were awesome people to me, get me introduced to the Evelyn Hippodrome. And then walking into the Evelyn Hippodrome, I was like, this is great. All the people that are on the wall. Right? What's that?
It's like a museum. You walk in there, see all the pictures.
Totally. Like
chips and banners.
Sam Lepresti, Pete Lepresti, like hanging on the wall, John Mayasich hanging on there, Cliff Thompson. A lot of people don't talk about, but yeah, the Hippodrome is amazing. And living in Jackson Hole, Wyoming now, a lot of people are playing in this AAA teams and everything, and they go up to northern Minnesota like Duluth. And then I'm like, go to Evelyn. The U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame is there. The world's largest hockey stick is there. And they're like, what's that? I'm like, well, we have the world's largest hockey stick, And of course, I always give a shout out because my pictures are behind the world's largest hockey sticks. But yeah, the Hippodrome has so many memories in that building. And with growing up in Minnesota, all of our rinks in Minnesota are phenomenal. Grand Rapids is awesome. Greenway with the score judge up above the net. Like, they don't have that, So it's great. It's awesome. I'm glad I went to Evelyn, and it was a great successful hockey life growing up there.
So going through it, you got in through your younger years, through the youth hockey experience, any special stories through squirt peewees that you can think of that, you know, I got to tell these stories because they bring me back.
What I like is it's not like our squirt teams, our peewee teams, our bantam teams. It was our memories were made at the outdoor rinks. Like, yes, living in Jackson, Wyoming, these guys do not get how the outdoor rink definitely helps you. Like school, you got to do your homework. You just can't go to practice. So like I will say it, I didn't do my homework in school. I did my homework on the hockey rink. I did it on the hockey rink. I lived like, not, I don't even know how far, like from pretty close to a rink. When I was probably 9 or 10 years old, telling Puka this, and we play with this guy. I'm at the rink. It has no boards. It's snowboards. And this guy with like a 75, 79 mullet comes
Love it.
and like takes the puck away from me.
With a good size nose too.
What's that?
Good size nose. It's been broken.
Oh yeah, great size nose. So Puka will help me. I only know him as Killer Brew.
Yeah, Mike Kilbride.
Which is, yes. He would come there and take the puck away from me. And I'd be like, okay, like this guy, yes, is taking the puck away from me. What do I got to do? I got to go get it. And he would play keep away with me almost like every time he's there, you know? And like I said, there was no boards or anything. It was a great rate, but we had great hockey games there. Like another story is my goalie. So my Bantam goalie and my high school goalie, Brian Zadnikar, would come there with his dad with a Gretzky net. You remember the Gretzky nets that were like 1 by 1, you know, but he would have his full goalie pads on playing goalie. And normally you don't get goalies like at the outdoor rink, you know, so it was awesome. So most of my memories are the outdoor rink and how we had so many rinks in Eveleth. We had Lincoln Rink, Northside Rink, Fail Rink out in Fail Township. That's another story. So like, and all those rinks were going on, and all those rinks had like memories of going there. And they would always be filled with people. And that was the best thing, was the outdoor rinks, you know?
Well, what's the fail rink story? What's the fail rink?
The fail rink story is like, I guess I was talking to Zach Young, and I guess we were called, I should have had my notes, but they were the failed township flyers, and we were the townies. But so when we would show up, they would be so mad, like, oh, here comes the townies, you know? Well, we were just going to play hockey with our friends, but it would be a rival or outdoor rink, and it would get intense hockey. And yeah, my cousin Ryan Thomas, Jeremy Bonacato, that's where I met Mark Pavlich, showed up one time, and it was like, oh my gosh, you know, like me growing up, I worshiped like Ryan Thomas, Jerry Bonacato, Dan Doshin. They were, you know, so it was awesome playing at the outdoor rinks in Minnesota. That's where we all came and made memories and stuff. And so we brought that outdoor rink stuff to the rink as peewees and bantams. And of course, 1993 state champions, tier 2 with Gilbert, you know, that's where we bonded then, is in the locker room and everything. And I wrote down on my notes, like, we had a great bondship in the locker room. Yes, we picked on people, but our locker room was awesome. You know, we can't do the initiations anymore, you know, and like, I thought that was awesome, you know? So, with the Pee-wees and Bantams and like Roger knows, even you Reed, like I tell people here in Jackson, Wyoming, our teams were the same from Pee-wees to like high school. There might have been one person here or there, but we all played together since Pee-wees. So the 1998 team that won state, they all played together. It's awesome because now these kids kind of like leave and they don't know the greatness of the friendship that we had growing up as hockey players.
There's a lot to be said about that, TJ. There's a lot to be said about, you know, you talk about all of the outdoor rinks. I mean, you had 5 or 6 of them just in Eveleth. I think about, you know, back in the mid 80s, early 80s, there's 6 or 7 different rinks in Grand Rapids, throughout Grand Rapids and Cohasset. There's, you know, the rivalries from one end of the town. We're going to kids from Riverview Rink are heading over to the rink in Southwest, and there's another one up at Forest Lake, and they're playing a game against the kids that are up by Murphy. And I mean, these were there, and I don't think the rest of the world understands the small town Minnesota hockey feature. Like, these kids take off and they go to play midget triple A's, and you know they end up paying $10,000 to play for a season or $8,000 to play for a season with kids that are from surrounding areas. Maybe some are moving in. It's like, these are kids that you went to kindergarten class with, you went to first grade with, they were in your mini mites and your termites together. They were in your squirt team. I remember playing back at a team in Pee-wees with 12 guys or 13 guys. It's the same 13 guys that we graduated with senior year. So it's like, you know, everything about each other, and the bonds made are unbelievable.
And then like the one thing now that we talk, and this is awesome. Like when Mark Carpin would come up to the rink, it was like, oh my gosh, you know, like I was probably a Pee-wee maybe, or maybe a first year Bantam when he was in high school. Like it was like Gretzky coming to the rink. Carpin,
that's funny,
is an amazing hockey player. And we were like, yes, okay, you know, because a lot of our games at the rink were more like 3-on-3, and you playing against your buddies, hitting pipes. So, but then when Carpin shows up, we're like, we want Carpin on the team. We want Carpin on my team, you know?
Everybody against Carpin, you know?
Yes.
Play one on 50. I mean, the same thing too, right? You got Carpin, you got your stories of guys like Mark Pavlich showing up to skate with you guys. And it's the same thing. You got that over there with some real big names, and Evelyn, I'm sure you get the same thing in Chisholm. I remember going to the rink and, oh my God, Grant Bischoff is here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Holy cow, Todd Roloff is here, and John Roloff just showed up, and we're over there with these guys, and it was like, holy cow. And I remember elbowing my buddy going,
and
I can
so like, you know, like, yeah, exactly. And like, so hockey now, like you're saying, like the bondage and stuff, and like another story, we can talk about the outdoor rink, but Darren Wersinski, when he moved to Eveleth, Minnesota, we were like, who's this kid? You know, by the time he was in Bantams, he's a great friend of mine, still talk to him, but he is so strong in motivating people. Like he is so intense that he could have played high school in 9th grade. He told them, no, I'm going to stay with our Bantam A team. And it was awesome. And just the intensity that he had in the locker room, because now these kids, like I coach girls hockey in Wyoming, U19 girls, and they go out on, like, when the Zamboni's not even done yet, they're going out onto like the rink surface. They're not in the rink like motivating each other. You know, there's no like hype. They're not listening to music. They're listening to music, but yeah, our time was very special for hockey.
There was Katy
They
Perry,
got Taylor Swift on?
Taylor
or what?
Swift. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought, hey, you know, like, you know me, like listening to podcast stuff. I thought we would have had Fergie coming on.
Oh, Fergie, yeah, they're Fergalicious. That's a good
You know?
Fergalicious, yeah.
No, it's Metallica in our locker room, man. It's Guns N' Roses.
You know? So, like, that's what gets you motivated. But, like, yeah, growing up in Evelyn, the outdoor rink was awesome. And then our bondage through Pee Wee's Bantams in high school were awesome. You know? Oh, what I was going to get to was, like, in high school, our senior year, yes, we had the key to the rink. So we would play a home game and we would go to the rink after our games. Me, Darren, Damo, maybe Zach would go there. We'd go to Subway. We would go up to the rink after our high school game and go play hockey more until like 1 a.m.
Was that why
Amazing.
you weren't studies in? You said you weren't getting your studying, and now we know why.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, Rick.
But there was a stint in my growing up in Evelyn where the Chisholm kids took me in, and like Roger Pogarels, Craig Boyle, Billy Petrangelo, John Garver. Shout out to you, John Garver. Yes, Todd Skaya, you know, Peter Sells, you know, they took me in, and I was going to move away from Evelyn in, I think, my 11th grade year because those kids were nicer to me. It was awesome. The Petrangelos took me in as their own child. My dad owned Hunt Cold Sports. They owned Custom Lettering. We did a lot of work with them. I spent a lot of summers in Chisholm. You know, I think the Chisholm boys might have got mad because I was trying to steal their girls from them.
They were glad you stayed over there. You stole all of our girlfriends. That was my next line. Yeah, we're kind of glad you stayed.
But yes.
On the prom date.
Yes, but, you know, it was, so that was another bondage with Minnesota hockey in the Iron Range. You know, like people took you in, and it was awesome. Yeah. Meeting your brother, Craig, and everything. The Iron Range is awesome, you know, for hockey. So, yeah, we had a great bondage.
Well, one sec. We're going to talk about your state tournament run here in just a second, but I got to get a word in from Aspire Heating and Control. They are your local Bryant dealer and the official heating and cooling company of your Minnesota Wild, specializing in gas, electric, and hydronic heating and cooling systems for existing and new construction, residential and commercial installations available, forced air systems, boilers, heat pumps, mini splits. Like we said, it's fall. It's going to get chilly. You might need a tune-up. Get a hold of Aspire Heating and Control. They are, of course, licensed and bonded, so give Justin a call. He is a hockey guy. 218-999-5957, Aspire Heating and Control, 999-5957. All right, anything more on youth hockey?
No, I think you get through the youth.
Hang on, there's some interruption. Come here.
Oh, another commercial.
Yep.
Oh, Autumn.
Say hi to Reed.
Look at how tall you're getting.
Roger.
Hey.
Say hi.
You're getting so big.
She likes Taylor Swift.
The Swifty.
You a Swifty?
Swifty.
Tell Dad next time she's on tour to, throw down the cash for some tickets.
Yeah. Saving right now.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Awesome. Yes.
So
yeah, youth hockey was great. You know, people took me in. It was awesome. So,
all right. Well, you kind of mentioned it earlier, the state tournament run and then the eventual championship. So what do you remember about that?
What I remember about the state tournament is I always get it wrong, and we'll elaborate on it and whatnot, but I thought we beat Hermantown 1-0 to go to state, right? It was 0-0. Yes, I'm on the podcast. I'm going to talk about it. And it was 0-0 going in overtime. I scored the game-winning goal in overtime with 13 seconds left. And then someone told me that we played two Harbors for the championship game. Can't really say much about that because I don't know, but I know I got interviewed after the game, and I literally said, yes, we're going to the state tournament and we're going to Disneyland. So,
well, isn't that exactly what it's like in the Minnesota State High School hockey? It's like you feel,
then after that, I just kept saying, we're going to state, we're going to state, and we're going to state. It was awesome.
Back in the
never
old
been on
days,
TV
going down to
before.
St. Paul. If you know,
What's that?
Civic Center, you go down to the Civic Center, you go to St. Paul with the clear glass, the St. Paul Civic Center. You feel like it's Disneyland. It's
good.
That point in time, how many of these Evelyn kids ever went to Disneyland at that point in time? It's like, this is like the show right now.
They owe you for that shout out. Autumn should be going for free now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So yeah, you get to the state tournament. Yeah, we played on Wednesday, but so in 1993, we played in the St. Paul Civic Center. Awesome. Like clear boards, probably had 7,000 people there for the first game, the clear boards. But then on Thursday, we had the day off, but then we had a banquet, and it was like all the teams there. It was, you get treated very well back even that day. The only thing that I was mad about is I grew up watching Grand Rapids playing with the Cooperalls, Hill Murray playing with the Cooperalls. Do you know, like, between the first and second period, they had videos. The school would do videos.
Oh, back then, yeah, right.
I swear when Greenway went in 92, they did a video. I think, because it was, that would, but we never got to do the video. And me growing up as a kid filming it, I was like, yes. And no video, though.
I think 91 last year. Rapids did Thunderstruck.
Yeah, they did Thunderstruck.
Yes.
It's because of the change that they had with all of their TV contracts, right? There was a TV contract.
Zamolik that played for John Marshall, Rochester John Marshall. They did Twisted Sister, and I was like, this is awesome. That's what they used to do it.
Because they would send
Yep.
And then but then when we got to, so we played in the St. Paul Civic Center, and then we got to play in the Target Center because we were tier 2, and I think all the tier 1 got to stay in the St. Paul Civic Center. So that was pretty cool because it was a new rink, the Timberwolves rink, and so the state tournament was amazing. The 50s, all the way were Evelyn, winning and stuff. And then us going to the state tournament, that's what we play for in Minnesota hockey. Like Massachusetts can talk what they want, but everyone knows the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament is the best.
Well, you can look all over the place. You can see the different sports that are out there too. People have compared it to Texas football state championships, right? It's the amount of people in a 4-day weekend from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday that they get in and out of there. 100 and some thousand people in and out of there.
You're on like TV in Minnesota, Wisconsin. So it was awesome going to the state tournament, having like 2 great coaches. Our coaches were from Bantams, Craig Loma, awesome. Bobo Kachiver, amazing. Bless my heart with him, but yes, awesome coach. But yeah, it was amazing because we were with a team that we grew up with from Pee Wee's to Bantams, So the state tournament was awesome. The hotel, living in a hotel room for like 4 days and getting yelled at by the front desk people, by our coaches and everything. And
Yeah.
it was an experience. It made my hockey be all right. Yeah, this is real. Like,
That was a good run.
Yeah, no, there's
even though it was tier 2 and
point.
whatever, but it was amazing. It was awesome.
Well, I'll put a
Yep.
link in there and put something in there so we can see. I think I've got a video from back, and I don't know if it's on a YouTube, but I think I have that video, that one of the last videos they did when they did Thunderstruck.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I have that when they videotaped that here at Grand Rapids High
No
School.
way.
I don't have that.
I
have another one.
Okay.
I have a VHS in my garage, hockey saloon still.
Yeah.
And I wish I could find like those tapes, because I would tape all of them,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think a lot of kids, I guess you bring that up. I don't know if a lot of the current players, like, they knew that schools did that. I mean, that was a big part of it. Yeah, it was.
We would watch them in our classes when the state term was going on, because Evelyn, like my sister, and the 90s, they all like left and went down there.
Yeah.
I never experienced it because I stayed home, but my sister would go down there and whatever. And yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, nobody was in school then for the state tournament.
They'd shut the town.
So,
They'd close it all
Yeah.
down. The city went.
yep. And then when we won with Zach Young, shout out to Zach Young, scoring a Brett Hall garbage goal, but you can't review it
A
now.
lot of tap-ins, for that guy over his career. A lot of tap-ins.
Yep. Double overtime. And so, we win. It's awesome. And you have a bus parade with the cops driving you into Evelyn,
That's
and it was awesome. So amazing experience, great teammates. I still keep in touch with my teammates, because a shout out to the Iron Ice Hockey Tournament that Roger Pogarels puts on.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. But that keeps me in touch with my Chisholm friends and my Evelyn friends. And hockey is a great friendship world that we talk about.
Totally.
Yes.
All right. Well, we got to take a break here real quick. So we're going to take a break. So just everybody hang tight and we will be right back. And welcome back. And our special guest, TJ Thomas. We wanted to start this section off by thanking our friends over at Iron Range Apparel over in the Thunderbird Mall. They are your exclusive home for ODR swag, the Gift Buyer's Paradise. You heard me talk about it before. So whether you're looking for male, female, young, old, whatever, Minnesota themed apparel, or all kinds of Minnesota themed gadgets. And then, like I said, all kinds of that they got the cool Hams beer shirts. And of course, like I said, all the ODR swag. They got baseball caps, they got winter caps, they got sweatshirts, hoodies, tees, all that good stuff. So if you're looking for that special gift for somebody, head to the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia and give Iron Range Apparel a visit.
Right on.
All right. So like I said, Tej, so where do we go from here?
Well, yeah, I think we think we had a real good visual in our mind of what youth hockey looked like for TJ and Evelyn, Minnesota, and got through a pretty awesome conversation of hearing about a state championship, which something you and I don't get to talk about, but he does. But yeah, so then shortly thereafter, where you kind of brought my brother into the token is where you guys kind of connected. You guys played some JUCO. You played some college, junior college hockey. You played in Hibbing. And
Hibbing Community College with Frank Catani my first year.
Yeah.
Bless his soul, man.
Yeah.
Like, you always have coaches that you like, you love, you hate, but Frank Catani, another one where I've been great with my coaches. Like, I don't know if it's just me. Yes, they hate me, but then you build a bond with those guys.
Yeah, right.
Frank was the real deal. Yeah, he was, been there for like 25 years, and he had a great running at Hibbing Community College.
Yeah.
And so how I played like junior A hockey in Jackson Hole, Wyoming with Roger,
Yep.
And so I played 2 years of junior hockey.
Why don't you tell the people about the crappy joint we lived in along the Snake River Grill, only $1 million house, huh?
Yeah, the house, like, you know, had like elk coming up to it in the backyard.
Had a library.
Library, the view of like these mountains called the
Didn't have
Grand
any money.
Tetons.
Yeah, along the
You know,
Snake
like
River. Hey, you tell Biz Nasty to suck it. You know, we had a better place and we only pay $150 for ours. He's paying 1.5 million for his.
yep, we paid $300 for the best meals ever, you know? So, but yeah, you know, so played 2 years of juniors. I came back home and, you know, I really wanted to go over to Sweden and play. And that didn't happen. So I was hanging out with a Hibbing girl. But so I went to Hibbing Community College, 2 years. It was awesome. You know, that's where I met like another good friend, like Bob Buzzy, who I still talk to. You know, it's just, again, the hockey community, but playing at Hibbing CC, you know, just brought, you know, I didn't do school, but I actually went to school, played 2 years at HCC, had a great time, still talk to a lot of those team members. And
in a national tournament run.
We played Itasca. That's where I met your like brother, but knew him growing up. And so yeah, junior college is a great way of playing hockey still that you love, you know. And I'm not getting into how these years now, you know, all these kids want to like always continue to play college hockey. And it's awesome that they have these, a lot of colleges to go play, you know, but we had to work for us. We had to work to get to a Division III college. We had to work to get even noticed in the MIAC or the WIAC, you know, Wisconsin, like Stevens Point, Superior, you know, it was tough going back in our era.
Yeah, it's kind of different. Okay? So you think about it, it's like nowadays the path, and it has been for, you know, a couple decades, but nowadays the path is to play some junior hockey and save eligibility and play 4 years of college. Whereas the path back when you're talking for some, yeah, there was some that went to play juniors, but there wasn't always that connection. The path on the Iron Range, if you didn't get at that time frame, get a scholarship to move on to play at UMD or Minnesota, kids were going to HCC or Itasca Community College, play 2 years with the hope to bump up and then play. Some ended up playing Division I from that lens, and some ended
yes.
So it's kind of cool.
It is sad that those colleges they don't have it anymore. And as we were talking, how big Minnesota hockey is, and how many junior levels are out there, that Hibbing, Itasca, Vermilion, we don't have the hockey anymore.
Yeah, it's all,
you know,
rainy.
Yeah. So
that's been pretty tough.
But junior college was awesome. And that's after junior college. That's when then in 1998, I moved back to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. They have a men's senior A hockey team that is probably one of the top senior A hockey team now. If any of you kids out there that want to play hockey, want to give me a shout out, we would love to play senior A hockey. You know, so it's awesome to be in Jackson Hole. I've been here 30 years now. So
30 years.
Well, you take away, you know, the 2 years of juniors, but pretty much 30 years. I came out here in 1993. And Bob Cruz, who started the Jackson Hole Moose, you know, and we're still going strong. But yeah, that's how I got out to Jackson Hole, because I moved here playing juniors.
Yeah.
And it was,
talk about, I mean, you guys just had a big weekend out there. Talk about some of the money you guys raised.
It was a great weekend. Like, I played 15 years on the Jackson Hole Moose. Every year was awesome, but now, kind of how the world was, we just had a fundraiser for our fire department. We played the New York Fire Department team out in New York, and they have a big follow-up because they play the cops of New York and all this and that.
Arden and
And it was a great fundraiser. We raised $62,000 for our Jackson Fire Department. They're looking to get a new fire truck. And when I was playing for the Moose, we maybe got 900 people. Sun Valley, maybe another like top-notch team back in the 90s, like Tom Forty, who's from Hibbing, Minnesota, played for him. And a bunch of Duluth other people played for him. But what we brought in this year was amazing. The attendance was probably 1,300 people.
Wow.
And it's packed.
That's
Yes.
awesome for senior A.
yeah. And you play a series
Yeah.
Friday. So why don't you tell the people?
And you know the rink, Raj, you know the rink there. And like, yeah, it was amazing. And we're going to do it again. And yeah, the Jacksonville Moose has brought me to another level of hockey where senior A is crazy because we bring people in from Minnesota, Chicago, Canada, New York. You know, we have a 32 game schedule, you know, so it's senior A hockey, full on contact sports, but hockey you can go a long ways in, you know.
You can still play when you're 40 something.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I think you should get back on the squad.
Yeah. Why don't you play again?
Yeah, and look at my teeth. That's what happens when you play.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Do you think I'd fit with no hair? Could I play?
You would definitely fit in. You definitely fit
I
in.
would,
you know.
TJ, I would die if I tried to play right now. My ticker would stop.
Well, yeah. Well, what's the oldest age that's out there right now, you think, on the team?
Right now, I'll give him a shout out. He is a very awesome. He is probably 250 pounds. Brian Upaslea from Anchorage, Alaska. He is 47 years old.
Wow.
The dude can motor. He played at Anchorage for 2 years, Division I, whatever would happen. But yeah, he's 47 years old and still motoring out there.
Oh, good.
It's fun to see him play because I work at the rink, I watch the games, and I'm like, I want to be out there. You know, like,
Yeah.
but then I go back to the Iron Ice Cup and I'm like, yeah, no, I'll just play no check hockey.
Yeah, right. Yep. Kidding.
You know,
Not logging those long minutes, huh? Well,
no, not at all.
Let me get this ad read in here real quick, Tej, from one of your favorite places, one of your favorite golf courses. Our friends up at Fortune Bay Resort and Casino make plans today to visit Fortune Bay Resort and Casino on beautiful Lake Vermilion. Fortune Bay has 172 rooms in a smoke-free environment. They have an indoor pool, full-service marina, RV park, of course, like we said, the world-class golf, several dining options, bar, 24/7 gaming. Visit fortunebay.com for more details and plan your trip today. When's the last time you golfed that course?
Probably Fortune Bay, probably like 19, maybe 2005, I think.
Oh, it's been that long.
We went up for I think a wedding, you know.
I still got a lot of
yeah.
golf balls to look for there. That golf course, like whenever I play that golf course, I'm thinking this is like hitting off of AstroTurf, and I can't. Yeah, it's just walk down the left-hand side of any one of those holes, and you can walk about 20 feet into the woods, and you probably will find my golf balls. And I bet you,
exactly.
You of the old Blue Devil golf balls in there. I had a whole bunch. I'm sure there's a bunch in there still.
They're collectors now, so kids, go out and find them.
Yeah, go look. You'll find them. We had the old time.
Yeah, go look and find the golf balls. Yep.
So what do you think about?
I mean,
we should talk about that. So we got, Rock Ridge, Evelyn's not there anymore. Obviously, Virginia's not there anymore. Make you sad, but you're kind of happy. Or what are your thoughts on everything?
Yeah. What do you think about Rock Ridge High School?
I'll be honest. Growing up, like I said, how we Evelyn Gilbert, Evelyn consolidated with Gilbert. We were, fired up with Gilbert, but we had 3 players on our Evelyn team from Gilbert, and it worked out. It was awesome. Virginia, Reed, you offered me a job when you and Strukel were
Yep.
there.
Yep.
I came and interviewed with you guys.
Yeah, you did.
You guys
We
were amazing.
on the golf over at the Evelyn
Yep.
golf course. We're on the golf.
And,
hell of an
you
interview.
know, I said, let me talk to Jeff Trell.
Yeah.
You know, that took a little maroon blood out of me going to talk to you guys.
Yes, it did.
But then talking to Trell, so you know, Trell, then I said, no, I'm gonna work forever with Paul Coombe, Jeff Trell.
Yep.
So, and it was awesome. I was psyched. So now with the Rock Ridge, you know, I haven't been in the Iron Range. The Iron Range is my blood. I love Evlith. Bless my soul. My parents are gone, but I still love Evlith, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Virginia is our biggest rival ever. Like I said, I don't have kids in the school district, and it's all about the kids.
Yep.
But, you know, I mean, tearing down the Memorial Building or the Miners Building, that's history there.
Yeah.
So these kids that like don't know how to like play outside, these kids they're starting their own memories and stuff, and it's great. And it's great that these Virginia kids and Evlith kids and Gilbert kids, Cherry kids, Mount Iron kids can come together, and we hopefully can build a great hockey program. It's the new era, and I wish the best for them, but it just drives me with the rival and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's
yeah,
common.
people aren't moving.
That's common. That's common because I'll tell you what, it's the guys from your class and your era, and even your people that are your parents' age that are still in there. It's tough for them. The kids right now, the kids that are there now that are playing together, they couldn't imagine a better scenario than they have, because this is like, now we got a group, and it's connection, and they're excited about something new, and it's harder for the parents than it is for the kids, and the grandparents even more so. But I'll tell you what, and this is, I'm going to give you something that you can look forward to. I coach in the Grand Rapids program right now, but I can tell you what, I've got my eyeballs watching Rock Ridge right now, because they are going to be good in the next couple.
They are, and I give every respect to Ben Johnson, correct? Ben Johnson, and I don't know who the head coach is, but I give them the most respect. Ben is from Duluth East, you know, coming here and pulling together, and you guys are pulling me out of my heart now. So yes.
Well, it's tough to,
like,
to think about and talk about, but
building the Iron Trails, with the car dealership.
Why do we call it the Mech? But yeah.
Yes, that rink is awesome.
Yep.
You know, so it is a great thing. It is an awesome thing. I wish them the best, and they're going to do awesome. You know, our towns aren't getting bigger. Nobody's going to go work in the mines. So I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
keep your eyes
if
open.
I could play with
watching.
Scotty McCormick, I'm mind blank now with the Virginia kids. Like, if I could play with Darren and Venage and Damo and Zach, and then some of the Virginia kids, I probably could be in the NHL right now. You know, but I mean, we did well, and but it's just the rival of Evlith in Virginia.
Yeah,
you know that.
You got that.
You know,
I'm right on the head. It's with Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's the head coach. Actually, he's got staff together there. That's kind of interesting. Ben Johnson's the head coach. Ryan Colby is assistant coach, who was one of my assistants. It was Strooks and Ryan Colby that were with me. Jade Strook and Ryan Colby.
Yep.
So Ryan is now with Ben, and actually there's a relation there too. Ben Johnson is cousins with Ryan's wife. So they're together. And then Evan Friedlieb is on that staff, who is also on my staff as well as a JV coach. And hopefully he's coming back this year. Matt Niskanen is helping with that program too.
That's right. See, that is what needs to happen.
Yep.
He's up in Lake Vermilion, you know, And Matt Niskanen is pure dude, man. That guy is awesome.
Yep.
You know, played softball with him in 2011 and against him when I moved back, and legit dude. And that's what he needs to do, and that'll be awesome for the program. And
Yes.
I wish Rockridge the best.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, thanks for asking and
Yeah,
pulling my heart to you guys for Rockridge. Yes.
Well,
So,
kind of our last
yeah.
question, Tej. Kind of our last question, because we got to get running here. So, are you coaching this year, and what do you got going? You got any talent?
I am not coaching. I am not coaching this year after 4 years. I won't get into why or whatnot. That's another subject. But I am not coaching after 4 years of running the U19 girls Wyoming hockey team, Jackson hockey team.
Oh wow!
I was going to coach the U14 girls that are amazing, but I'm stepping away from coaching and just running the rink at the Snow King Sports Event Center in Jackson.
Very cool.
So,
right on.
yes.
All right. Well, that kind of, you got any other shout outs, or you got anything else? Any other stories you want to tell?
Congratulations to Grant for getting the Grand Rapids job.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to give him a
Yep.
plug here too shortly after we hang up with you. But I'm
And
sure
I also have to say, I do got to give out to Eric Ballard, who is our Jackson Youth Hockey Director from Grand Rapids, Greenway.
Yeah.
But yes, the
Is
hockey
he a fan
world
of the show?
is amazing.
Is he a fan of the show? Does he watch the show?
Yeah, he will now.
Well, we better too, TJ. We better give Strooks a shout out too, because Strooks,
Oh, Jesus,
although
Strukel.
not on the social
How
media,
can you not?
but he will.
Like,
watch this.
Strukel, like, yes, he's another one that would made me stronger in hockey because he didn't bully me, but because we're not bringing that in. But Jason Strukel, as he coached Virginia hockey with you, he is, and he ref hockey games. He puts a lot of pride into Minnesota hockey.
He loves it.
You know, he
Well,
loves it.
I bet you he was like an older brother to you, kind of, out at the outdoor rinks, probably be there, might be poking at you, but probably the same guy that would look after you too.
Yep. Or even like spit at me in a handshaking line because we played in a no check tournament.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what or Minnesota hockey is about. Like, even in like no check hockey, your friends come different on you, but it's all awesome after the game is over.
Yeah, you're gonna share a cocktail you're gonna share a beverage afterwards, but you are gonna, that's the guy you're gonna go at the hardest is your buddy, because you want to prove to him something. And then afterwards, we're gonna have a burger and we're gonna have a beverage and we're gonna giggle. For sure.
Yep, exactly. Yes.
All right.
And you can put it on Neil Pionk's tab.
Yeah, put it on Neil Pionk's tab.
There you go.
Exactly. That's what we do every summer.
There you go.
$5 million man.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, brother. Well, good. Well,
All right.
well, I know you've got more stories. We'll have to have you, back again.
Hopefully, yeah, it was awesome. And yes, I would love to come back.
What's your real quick favorite Zach Young youth hockey memory? You got any of those?
Yeah, going to his house on his lake and getting stuck by him because he can't stick handle. And he whacks you in the face then.
That's good stuff.
Wait, some dudes are still doing the snow plow when they were in Pee-wees, Yeah. I mean, the plow, so yeah. All right.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us, and good luck to the Moose this year, and tell Drewy I said hi.
I will, for sure. Yep.
Score some goals.
All right.
Yep.
TJ, we'll talk.
Reed, thank you so much. Puka, thank you so much. I'll see you this summer, I hope.
Take care.
For sure. See you, dude.
Yep. Take care.
Awesome.
All right, there he is. Hockey legend himself, Evelyn legend himself.
The legend.
TJ Thomas, like I said, when he's in town, you can find him at the Rink Sports Bar and Grill. All right, just a few shout outs here as we wrap up episode 66. So TJ kind of alluded to it. A new high school hockey coach here for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks.
Yeah, we just it's exciting for me, being that Grand Rapids hockey runs in my blood and in my soul, and I've been a part of the staff here for the last couple of years under Coach Chito, and was happy to work with him. And wishing him the best in his position that he's, moved on to, and the president with Oklahoma, but extremely excited about the announcement here yesterday afternoon that Grant Clafton is going to be the new head hockey coach here at Grand Rapids High School. And, I'm going to be fortunate enough to be able to still be part of the staff and work with him, and excited to be with him. So, Grant, awesome that you're going to lead the program here in Grand Rapids, and it's going to be, not only is that going to help Grand Rapids continue a tradition of excellence, but it's going to be good for area hockey 100%. So congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Grant. And if you want to learn more about Grant, just scroll down. We did an interview with Coach Clafton in June, right here on the Tea with Ms McGill show. All right, so up and coming Division I program just got started down in Augustana, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The Augustana Vikings are now playing, and kind of want to bring it up because there is current, and there's going to be a pipeline of Iron Rangers that are going to be playing in that program.
Well,
So,
so Augustana, there's a newer program. It's brand new this year, but it's been kind of it's for the last 2 years been kind of putting things together. They built a brand new rink. They started recruiting, a year ago, and actually the first commitment that was made to Augustana is a Grand Rapids alumni. It's Hunter Bischoff. So he was the first one to commit, and that's kind of where the pipeline started. Where, okay, he likes the Grand Rapids players. Coach Rabs likes the Grand Rapids players. So then shortly after Hunter commits and they start moving, then you hear some other of the kids like Ben Trombley, Greenway guy, area guy, he's in with the mix. And we start hearing, then last year at the beginning of the hockey season, boom, 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 just like that, we start hearing guys from, again, Grand Rapids that are committing to play there. The first one that committed was Garrett Drotz. And then you get Joey Del Greco and Easton Young, and these guys are, we've a couple of plugs towards Easton's dad here throughout the course of the show. He's a proud father, Zach is, to have Easton going on there. But yeah, the pipeline is strong from Grand Rapids. We've joked about it too. It's like their colors are blue and white and gold, but somebody's probably thinking they should have orange in their colors somewhere because they keep coming after. There's a reason why they come after some of our guys here. There's a great connection that we've had currently with our former staff, and likely for sure our current staff too, with Coach Rabs there down in Augustana. But it's pretty cool pipeline. And another plug out to Hunter. They had their start of their season, and if my mind serves me correctly, he scored the first goal.
First ever goal.
I think the first ever goal. If I'm wrong, correct me in the notes, but I did see a goal that he scored, and I think it was the first at home in that new building for Augustana. So that's awesome.
Yeah, nice to see another program being fired up, and I know I'm 99% sure there's a regional there this year, and I think hockey's going to work in Sioux Falls, and especially those regionals, those NCAA regionals. Fargo, it works. Sioux Falls, I think it'll work, and then you see Manchester, New Hampshire, or something, and there's 5 people in the building. So that that new rink will I think be a good venue for hosting one of those regionals. So congrats to all you guys, not only Hunter but Benny, and then those of you guys that recruited there. Good luck in the future. All right. Anything to add to episode 66?
No, I think we had a good one here tonight. It was fun to listen to TJ and hear some stories, little Iron Range stories.
Exactly. So that'll wrap it up. So like I said, please comment. Like I said, Reed just had a question there. So if you can please comment, we'd appreciate that. Please share. Sharing is caring. Goatsportsmediallc @gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of us, if you'd like to advertise on the show, you can email us there. Like I said, please follow, please hit the like button. We'd appreciate that. Find us under Tea with Ms McGill on Instagram, Spotify, the Musi app, Apple Podcast, T McGill with Twitter, and find us on YouTube and Facebook, Goatsportsmediallc @gmail.com. As always, we got some merch. Get a hold of us for merch. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, we can take care of all that. And then just thank you to the greatest partners on earth, the Rink Sports Bar and Grill, Iron Range Apparel and ODR Apparel, Fortune Bay Resort and Casino, Aspire Heating and Control, Iron Range Goalie Academy. For Reed Larson, I am Puka. Get out there and be your dream. You're tuned to the Tea with Ms McGill Show.